And welcome back to another episode of Underdog Podcast. Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend. It was a chill town. Chill town. I thought about not saying that because it sounded lame and corny. Yet my dumb ass still said it. Whatever. It was chill town in the Jackson's residence this weekend. Me and the kids just sat around and played video games and did nothing. The first couple weeks out of school, so just trying to let them just hang out, relax, uh, not do too much, just rest up and stuff. Proud of them and what they did the past year and stuff, and through a so-called pandemic, able to go to school every day, and we stayed healthy and all that good shit. So we're very uh, health conscious in this house stuff. They gotta lead the way and shit like that, and make sure everyone's exercising and has a good diet and nutrition and takes vitamins and blah blah all that good stuff. So the weekend was good for sports. I watched the Hawks and it was a Hawks and Sixers game. It was game one. That was good. I like Trey Young. Competitive at the end. Hawks kind of let off the gas a little bit towards the last few minutes of the game. But still, though, my thing is, man, nobody should be scoring 120 something fucking points in an NBA playoff game, man. There should be better defense entitled or going on and stuff. But um, I don't want to go down that road because I can rant for hours and hours on end about basketball. That's my number one passion ever and stuff. So it annoys me to see 140 fucking points scored in an NBA basketball game. Everyone's paid professionals, yet it's not like they're shooting 50, 60, 80%, right? It's still shooting like maybe 51 from twos and less than 40% from threes and whatever. I'm not gonna go down that road. UFC was good. Heavyweights knockout in the main event. Gotta love that. That was some good action and stuff. I feel bad. Actually, no, I don't feel bad. For anybody that bought that Mayweather Logan fight, one, I didn't even know who the fuck Jake Jake Logan Paul. I don't even know these people. Or Paul, I don't even know their names. Like I know they're like famous YouTubers. I never watched any of them. My kids never say. I think they might show up on like TikTok or someone else talks about them. That's the only reason why my kids know who they are. I don't know who the fuck they are. I mean, nobody knows who the fuck I am either, so it is what it is. But it's like, god damn, man, how many times we gonna let Mayweather just come out there and just rob people of their money, man? Put on these little exhibition matches, like fighting McGregor. Okay, cool, right? At least with McGregor, he was he's a world class athlete. He already did boxing and stuff. He's Irish anyway, so he already was in the boxing early on in his career. Switched over more to MMA and stuff. He was a champion, two-weight division champion in the UFC, one of the greatest UFC fighters, MMA fighters of all time. Crossing over, trying something different. That you're talking about one high-level athlete competing against another high-level athlete in the sport that one of them is not too familiar with. Something a little bit more to watch, and you got more of a showmanship because actually McGregor damn near takes a playbook from Floyd Mayweather, anyways. But I don't understand these Jake Pauls and Logan Paul or John Paul, wherever their names are. I don't get them. I don't understand them. I don't understand why they have such a crowd. I mean, to each their own. Everybody follows whoever they follow, and then people are famous for a reason. But hey, I give it to them though. It was a win-win situation for them, even though it was an exhibition match and no official body won, but they got paid. And the one thing about Mayweather, he's smart. He's a businessman, and he knows the fighting business, and he knows how to put on the show and the hoopla and all that stuff. So he went out there. It's light work for him. Like it's nothing. It don't matter if the dude was what 6'2", 6'1", something like that. It doesn't matter. It's light work for him. Man, one of the all-time great boxers. Definitely one of the great defensive boxers. Like go out there, just make easy money for like 8 rounds and have fun, man. I can't get mad at him, but hey, people will still pay to see it, and it looked like they had a big crowd. I think it was down in Miami, which I thought was cool because Floyd Mayweather was down in Miami, for the fight, his own fight, anyways. But he went to the whole Bitcoin thing down in Miami, and I'm gonna touch on this a little bit later, but. there's a lot of cult of personalities. It makes me think of that '90s song, "Cult of Personality." There's a lot of cultish behavior going on in America. Like I don't know what the fuck is in the water other than the shit they poison the water with. Maybe I'll drink a little too unfiltered tap water. Maybe a pineal gland's a little too calcified. I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of cultish behavior. Whether you want to talk about politics, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, or the people that follow Trump, or people that want to be on the left side, or Democrats, and all this other stuff, like everybody gets into this cultish behavior of. You can tell how we as human beings really, really are such emotional, sentient beings because we really lead with our emotions. Like eh, we might use some logical thought processing when we come to a decision and based on how we like certain things, but once we think that we like something, then we put all our fucking emotions into it. Cause the thing with like Bitcoin, even people in the XRP community, so that they're like, oh yeah, this, and we feel so great about it. This is awesome. It's like, whoa, calm the fuck down. Like, relax, pay attention to what's going on. We're all trying to figure out how this money shit works. We will, if you figure out how the money shit works, you realize it's all a scheme anyways. It's all a scam, right? So once you realize that and it's all make believe, then you're just playing a game and stuff. But people kind of get kind of like it seems to be like a liberal or libertarian movement with this Bitcoin and stuff, and it's like nah, it's not it, man. I, I don't know to say hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I really don't give a fuck. It's just not it. It's not how it is, man. Pay attention to the technology, the partnerships, the foundation, the organizations around these blockchains and these distributed ledger technology stuff like that. Pay attention to all that, right? But use your brain. You think about this shit, man. Don't get caught up in your feelings. Don't get so emotional attached to any of these cryptocurrency coins stuff. And the same thing applies to like, celebrities, athletes, everything in your world. Like, don't get so emotionally attached to everything because once you become emotional attached to something and you believe in it wholeheartedly with your emotions, you might get caught slipping because you didn't see something because you weren't paying attention. You weren't using your goddamn brain. And the only time we really feel okay with going, full emotions in on something is with usually relationships, right? For the most part, that's usually how we go. With our own personal relationships, when you love someone, and we all have broken hearts before, you can love someone wholeheartedly. Guess what? Your dumb ass didn't see those red flags, and now look at you, heartbroken and shit. It's like it happens, man. That's a part of life. That's reality of the situation. All right, getting into these topics here. Okay, I do got it up. So over the past, over the weekend, June 5th, today the 7th, so was that Saturday? Did I do that math right? Saturday? Right, yeah. This is an article here from Reuters. It says Amazon and Facebook to fall under new G7 tax rules. This is from Janet Yellen, which I think is Secretary of Treasury. Yeah. So it says both Amazon and Facebook will fall under new proposals for a global minimum corporation tax agreed by the Group of Seven. Wait, G seven G actually means group. That's generic as fuck, but I get it. I get it. Whatever. Still part of union and stuff like that. It says asked whether the two companies would be covered by the proposal. Yellen said it will include large profitable firms, and those firms I believe will qualify by almost any definition. What? Okay, okay, all right. That's kind of vague. I mean, statements like these are always vague, though. This is a joint statement by a G7 finance minister, earlier on Saturday said it would tackle tax avoidance by quote the largest and most profitable multinational enterprises end quote. Amazon has lower profit margins than most other tech companies, and European countries have been concerned it would escape extra taxation under the initial U.S. proposal to the G7. So here's the thing about this, this global corporate tax that they agreed upon and stuff like that. It's bullshit. At least in the United States of America, if you do a quick research, you can see that Amazon has contracts with the United States government, right? Where it's just, I think for the most part, it's just AWS, the Amazon Web Services, with their servers and their systems and stuff. And Facebook, I mentioned before, they have a contract with the United States government, at least for the Department of Defense, because you can use Facebook on government computers. If you know anything about government computers, you can't use a lot of shit. It's not just because they're worried about being tracked or stuff like that. I mean, obviously it's the government, they ain't worried about that. But it's they look at your shit, man. And they're also trying to make sure you ain't too distracted at work. That's why you can't watch porn on government computers as well. But it's funny that this type of stuff happens because it's a front, right? It makes it seem like, oh yeah, we're gonna tax the corporations, we're gonna attack the wealthy, and that always kind of it bothered me at its core. Even times when I was like, yeah, these people need to pay their. I was more like, hey, these corporations gotta pay their taxes. The rest of us gotta pay taxes. Well, I know they pay their taxes, but then I contradicted myself because I don't want to pay taxes. So if I don't want to pay taxes, I can't be a hypocrite in the sense of these corporations have to pay as much taxes either. Like, the government doesn't need to take people's fucking money. The reason why the government wants to take your money because, well, that's the only way the government gets its funding. I continue to argue, I don't understand what the fuck the point of government is other than to ruin people's lives. Because we call them government in the sense that they govern, but they're not supposed to govern. Right? Especially in the United States of America, they're supposed to represent, be a representation. Nothing governs you, yet here we are. And so this whole corporate tax thing, this global minimum corporate tax rate, I think is at 15% or something like that, 20%. It's a scam, at least for the United States of America, because yeah, you might have to pay these taxes, but don't think there won't be some incentives because they have government contracts. So all this does is make sure governments know which corporations will get in line and obliged by what they're saying. And that's why this past year, United States of America, the whole election and all this other stuff, and COVID and stuff, you see a lot of these big tech companies, Facebook, Google, YouTube, under Google and stuff like that, Alphabet Inc., the parent company of Google, Amazon, you see with Twitter, they all kind of fell in line with the government, or rather political power in the so-called government, in your Congress and your Senate and stuff like that, and even some of the executive powers in the White House, even under Trump administration. The thing with all this is that they're all hand in hand. They work together. So a lot of stuff that they say out in front, it's literally what it is, just a front. It's just a ploy. It's not actual. It's not about anything substantial. It's just shit. Let's say, or it's just something they're gonna say just to put out there to make it seem like, oh yeah, we're cracking down on this. But it's it's read between the lines. It's the fine print of the contracts and stuff and negotiations and what's going on. Also, in a fucked up way, what it does is cuts out those middle corporations that have $1 million in revenue and stuff and consider a large corporation, or maybe they're a large corporation in a regional area or something like that, and they might do one or two overseas business or anything like that. It doesn't even matter. Like, they want to apply this corporate tax on everybody. Guess what? Only a few companies will be able to survive. So now we're going to be stuck with just fucking Amazon, with Facebook, with Twitter, because they're able to pay this tax, and they also have incentives inside their contracts that they have with the United States government. Wow. How hard is that to think of? It's really just recognizing people that lie. That's what this all comes down to. And if you've been around lies like I have been majority of my adult life, personally, firsthand, in a marriage, people that lie will lie to your face and continue to lie. Even after they get caught, they'll keep lying and lying and lying. And if you have noticed anything when it comes to business, lying is a part of business. It's just a part of business, man. It's a tactic. It's the art of war. When we talk about the art of war, there's no honor. The art of war is you fucking win by any means necessary. Now, if you have your own morality in which you want to go by and stuff, you do that. But not everybody's morality and characters and values are the same. Some of us tend to bend the lines a little bit more. And that's what you see in the business. And it's funny because it's what it is. This is how it's always been. When you're dealing with money, you're doing economics and resources and business. It's the art of war. There is no, line drawn of something you won't cross. You're gonna do whatever you need to do to accomplish the goal that you want to accomplish because that's, for the most part, how people operate. We want to think everybody is happy and has these values and do all the good things, but in actuality, that's not really the case. That's not really the case. So to move on, we had an article here from CNBC. I had seen a little bit of this, and then I was watching, was it the Modern Investor on YouTube this morning before I went to go work out. Or no, I think when I came back from working out. Yeah. Anyways, as I had kind of seen this, and I kind of want to touch on it myself because this goes back to what I was saying earlier. This kind of this cultish thing that goes around Bitcoin. You're starting to see a lot of it lately, and it's watching the clips come out of Bitcoin in Miami and stuff. It's like, whoa. That's speaking on Floyd Mayweather. I meant to say earlier. He got on stage and he said, "I don't think it's just gonna be Bitcoin. There's gonna be some other stuff going on, some other cryptocurrencies that might overtake it, or might just be up there and besides the Bitcoin or Ethereum and stuff like that." And then they all get booed at him and stuff. And he's like, "Damn, bro." He's like, "Hold on." He's like, hold on. I'm trying to tell you. It's almost like he had a glimpse of like, "Hey, I'm really trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all don't." I'm trying to help y'all out, man. Like, it's not just this. Don't just focus on one thing when you talk about cryptocurrency. Focus on the technology, the foundation, if there's an organization behind it, and focus on the partnerships because nothing has value unless other people around it says it has value. Bitcoin has value because everyone else thinks Bitcoin has value. Plain and simple. And guess what? The United States government was one that probably created it, and they gave Bitcoin value anyways. And you think that sounds crazy? Pay attention to what the government does and look into who holds a lot of the Bitcoin. You'll be surprised by the Department of Justice and the FBI because of the seizures of Silk Road and stuff. Like, why they compensated Bitcoin? When they took down Silk Road right when Bitcoin first started off, they had a majority of it. It's been tracking everybody around the world that's been, on the low using this so-called money laundering system of Bitcoin and stuff like that. Bullshit, man. Sting operation is what you do. It's, I'm not gonna lie, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant plan, but it's a good way to figure out where how much money is actually circulating. Because you have the cash on hand, you have the cash in bank accounts and stuff like that. But all that criminal underworld cash, how do you account for all that? How do you know how much is out there? Well, create something like Bitcoin. You put out there that is not trackable and is using money laundering, knowing goddamn well it's a fucking lie, and you track it. And the people that are using money laundering. But guess what? The people that use it for money laundering, it's probably J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, your huge banks and stuff. It's funny, man. So anyway, this article here from CNBC says El Salvador looks to become the world's first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, which I don't know if they actually did it per se, or is it still just a talking point. I see this article came out Saturday, but it was updated yesterday. It says El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, I probably said it all wrong, plans to introduce legislation that will make it the world's first sovereign nation to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Depending on what nation you're in, legal tender is kind of a gray area. Like, I mean, what's legal? Oh, for somebody to say, or somebody in government to say it's legal. Yet, if you're using it and nobody stops you, is that not considered legal as well? I mean, it's the same thing, right? It says Bukele broadcast his intentions on a video at the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami. I didn't even know that part. Man. That's wild to me. Bukele said the country is partnering with digital wallet company Strike to build modern financial infrastructure using Bitcoin technology. I'm laughing because you can't. Litecoin is better than Bitcoin, bro. Fuck, Dogecoin is a joke. Is a joke. Meme coin, but hell, that's better than fucking Bitcoin. When you talking about payments and transactions, because Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, and then Dogecoin is a fork of Litecoin. Litecoin transaction speed is faster than Bitcoin. And when I got more really deep into cryptocurrency in 2017, the first thing I bought was Litecoin. I looked at the top three. I seen Bitcoin at this price. I was like, oh, I ain't getting that. Ethereum at this price. And I was like, what can I get a couple of and stuff? And that was Litecoin. I think I was buying around $40, and that still was expensive. But it was more or less just kind of I was testing myself, trying to figure out how to go about this and stuff like that. But I just don't understand. Like, what are you gonna use it for? I mean, cause like, are they trying to use it as gold? Because you might as well just buy gold, right? This whole digital gold thing, I haven't heard that. It was like I just started hearing it like the past few years. Before then, it was just Bitcoin, digital money. That's it. When Bitcoin first came out, all it was just digital money. Being able to make payments around the world at faster speed than your normal ACH and payments, transactions, stuff like that. Your 5 to 7 business days. That's it. All of a sudden now it turned into went from payments to a store of value and digital gold, and it's like I don't. How does that even work about, man? Probably because the technology is outdated. It's outdated technology. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it is what it is. All right. The fact that it got up to 60,000, like to me, I just cool. Got to 60,000. If you happen to hold on to a few this whole entire time and got to 60,000, good for you. If you sold, all right, you sold. But if Elon Musk and Tesla and you got on your balance sheet, all right, cool. You ain't gonna have it as a long term investment. Like you're not gonna have it for like 5, 10 years on your balance sheet. That's for damn sure. You might have it for a short term, maybe long term, 1 to 2 years. And I think it's interesting that they're gonna want to try to have futures contracts with Bitcoin. But I'm like, I don't. Hey, whatever. That's just my own personal opinion. It says El Salvador is looking to introduce legislation that will make it the world's first sovereign nation to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender alongside the U.S. dollar. Damn, two failing currencies, bro. Come on, man. Tell me how this makes sense. Tell me how this makes sense. You got a U.S. dollar. Shit is trash, right? The index is around 89, 90, right? Shit is trash. And then you got Bitcoin as your legal tender. Uh, does that sound like a real plausible financial thing that you want to be involved in? Right? You're better off just having gold. You're better off just having gold. He did a broadcast at the a Bitcoin conference, whatever. See what else it says. It says speaking from the main stage, Mahler said, "Who's Mahler?" Another person. Okay, Jack Mahler founded a Lightning Network payments platform, Strike. Okay, said this will go down as a shot heard around the world for Bitcoin. It seems like this is what scams do, right? They pump. They do a lot of, oh yeah, I gotta get this. Oh yeah, we're so hyped. And you seen a lot of that at the Bitcoin conference. Like you seen a lot of that. Everybody's hyped. Oh yeah, this is great. We love this. And or you see somebody come out with Dogecoin. Yeah, Dogecoin to the moon. And we love this. And it's like, what? What? To me, you shouldn't be that emotionally invested in it unless you're a developer. Like unless you're developing on these blockchain technologies and stuff, and you're actually using the tokens for a transaction on it, that's how hype you should be, right? Because Bitcoin as a payments technology system is not. That's not it. It's not it. Maybe as a store of value if you want to do that, but it's only because of the Flare network coming online. Hell, Flare Finance said they're gonna let. They did a vote, and what meme coin? They literally said, "What meme coin do you want to have?" And it was Shiba Inu. Which I'm like, oh great, I'm glad I bought a bunch of Shiba. This is just it's ridiculous. But I see with the meme coins, you could probably as well just kind of use them. They probably have a joke, kind of a lighthearted community, and you could build decentralized apps and different things upon it. on that blockchain technology. So I kind of understand where it comes from, and I'm speaking from a loosely technical perspective. I don't know the exact details of everything, but it's more of a general technical person. But the basics or whatever. But I can see stuff being built, and then even with the Flare network, they have Litecoin, Dogecoin, right? So those will give it value, and Ethereum is gone. I mean, I didn't realize how big this Flare network thing was, and once it kind of fully comes on, I'm gonna do a episode, a podcast on that day. Definitely, I'll live stream it. But this Flare network is really huge. Like I didn't realize how fucking huge it was, and I gotta make sure I set myself up to receive some of these Spark tokens. I know I did some things, but I could receive a lot more because this shit is coming. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. And this whole this is a joke to me. It seems like, oh, let's get some Bitcoin, let's pump it up and let's dump it. Another one of a lot of 90, probably 99% of cryptocurrencies is pump and dump schemes and scams. Like legit pump, and even if it seems like it has some partnership, it's still a lot of pump and dump schemes, man. Pump it up, dump that shit, and then go on to something else. So to continue on with this kind of cultish behavior we see from cryptocurrencies and more importantly, or mainly rather, in Bitcoin. This article here from Cointelegraph from June 3rd says Satoshi Nakamoto to be immortalized in bronze near the Steve Jobs statue in Budapest. Why? 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 Why are we putting up an anonymous fucking person? And it was like, oh yeah, Satoshi Nakamoto, he brought, this whole concept of decentralized currency to us and stuff like that. And it's kind of, oh yeah, we're gonna have these certain currencies, and we can use anything we want as a currency. I mean, you can always use anything you want as a currency. I mean, well, who's gonna stop you? Governments, because they got guns and weapons, right? And you don't. That's about it. I mean, but we the people. I mean, we the people. Everybody around the world, the average regular person. There's a lot more of us than there are people at these CEOs of the corporation, or these leaders of these banks and stuff like that, and definitely of your government. Yeah, your government might employ about a few thousand people, actual few thousand people in positions that uh, have an effect on laws and stuff. A few thousand probably actually seems over, maybe a few hundred. But to make a statue, it's kind of odd to me, man. I'm just gonna flat out say it's kind of fucking creepy, bro. It's just kind of creepy, man. It says Budapest is set to erect a life-size bronze statue depicting life-size. Life-size of who? The person doesn't exist. It's a nomenclature, like it's a nickname. It's like it's just it was not a nomenclature, it's a pseudonym. I think I said that right. The person doesn't exist, man. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. So the face features a reflective surface that symbolizes the unknown identity of Satoshi. And so I guess the whole concept is like it's a reflective face, so it's like, oh, we are all Satoshi. No, the fuck we're not, but whatever. Bitcoin's anonymous creator Satoshi Nakamoto, anonymous. Keyword anonymous. And we really don't question that anymore. I don't understand how we just skip past all that. Like, we still don't know who actually created Bitcoin. To me, that's a fucking issue. And it will always be an issue. I don't care how many people buy into it and everything and stuff like that. The fact that we fully don't know, it should be bothersome to everybody. It can reach, Bitcoin can reach $1 million a coin, right? I could be completely wrong about everything. Bitcoin can reach $1 million a coin and stuff. Good, good. If you stayed in it and you made money, good for you. I mean, shit. I'm just going on my own personal opinion, and if I miss out on that money, I'll be okay. You're not gonna make it on everything. You're probably gonna miss out on a lot of stuff, but I know I won't miss out on the things that I'm investing in and stuff like that. So I know I'll make a decent amount of money. But if I never get a chance to have one whole Bitcoin, have I ever had a whole Bitcoin? No, I should have. I meant to, and then I didn't. I think I bought it was around like $3,400. Bitcoin was just $3,400 back in like January 2019. Like I don't forget that it was just that. And that's why I was like, I should probably buy one now. I was like, I could buy one and just be okay. I was like, nah, I think I bought half of one, some Satoshi stuff, and then it ran up a little bit, cash out like $1,500 profit or something like that, and I was like, oh, I'm good. I don't need nothing else. I'm good. It says according to the local news outlet Hungary today, sculptors Rika Gergely and Tomas Gilly, I said this all wrong, are designing the statue and have unveiled initial plans depicting a figure with a featureless face wearing a Bitcoin hoodie. Fucking Unabomber, bro. Yeah, Unabomber, boy, man. We got Trayvon Martin. I probably shouldn't have said that joke, but goddamn, I couldn't resist it. Kind of fucked up, but it's like why be in a hoodie? The hood is over the figure's head, and the face will be made from a reflective surface so that viewers can see themselves mirror back when they look at the statue, emphasizing the idea that, quote, we are all Satoshi, end quote. But we're not. Because we don't know who the fuck Satoshi is, man. We're all Satoshi. How, bro? We don't know who the fuck this person is. Or persons. Persons. When the last time you seen somebody just sit down and develop one thing and stuff? No one ever just creates something on their own. There's always the people around. Bill Gates didn't create Microsoft by himself, right? Zuckerberg didn't create Facebook by himself. Elon Musk didn't create PayPal by himself. Nobody creates this shit by themselves. Yet, we really think one person made Bitcoin. And the funny thing about Bitcoin, the second Bitcoin was made in like 2007, 2008. I think the so-called white paper came out 2009, but I'm like pretty sure I heard about Bitcoin in 2008. Like I said before, I was in Guam, so I'm putting it in my head where I was at in the time frame. Not even a year later, it was seized by the United States government. Because when they took down Silk Road and money laundering, so I don't know. Like, people maybe need to go back and do their research. Like, I've been following this stuff from the beginning. Because I always like the concept of digital money because it makes me mad that because while I was in Guam, I knew what cross-border payment, I knew what sending payments, from one place to another, sending payments from Guam back home to Florida and stuff, and how much it cost me. You send $100, costs about $25, send $100, so you get money in minutes on the Western Union. I was like, this is bullshit. I use Western Union, I use MoneyGram, and I think it was another one I used too. And I was like, man, all these fees is high. I'm sending ones and zeros, yet it cost me $25, 20 some dollars to send ones and zeros, and that's bullshit. So that's why I was into the concept of digital money anyways, because of that. Because of my experience and stuff and being overseas and doing different things, trying to send money and stuff like that when you're dealing with uh different bank accounts or whatnot. So all of a sudden I swear Bitcoin was created. Next thing you know, it was seized. And it's like, hold on, bro. Like, how long this shit hasn't been around that long? This is kind of like, put the clues together, bro. Something doesn't make sense about all this. And now we got to a point where there's a fucking statue being made, right? Right? Are we okay with that? Like, does this make sense to anybody? It says Hungary appears to be warming up to crypto across the board after the government reveals plans on May 11th to cut taxes on crypto trading from 30.5% down to 50% as part of an economic recovery program post-pandemic. They're using this crypto shit to boost money up and stuff, right? To get their wallets fat, and then they're gonna dump it. And they're gonna move on to something else because they're gonna be like, oh well, since you like this digital money and stuff, here we go with our own central bank digital currency. Now you use this. And you can still hold this, but majority of transactions would be dealt in our central bank digital currency or our sovereign digital currency, wherever the case may be. It's all just get you into the concept of digital currency. Like we keep calling it cryptocurrency because it's encrypted, right? But it's just digital currency with encryption, which makes you wonder how much encryption is on your digital currency when you do transactions with Visa and MasterCard, and obviously when you send payments through your bank and stuff like that. You do automatic payments, ACH payments, like I do, like my bills and stuff like that. Like, is that shit encrypted? The network might be, but is the actual packet of the money itself is encrypted? Nah. But that's what we're really talking about: sending digital encrypted money, IP packets over the internet around the world in different networks and stuff like that. And what you really need is something that's interoperable that can switch in and out of currency, something like a XRP. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So I also want to talk about this article here from the New York Post. That when you talk about trends and how things balloon up and die down, these if you live through the .com bubble, I remember as a kid watching all these. I remember Netscape, right? My damn email address is still Yahoo. Nobody fucking uses Yahoo email anymore. I still use it because I had it since like 99, 98. I don't even remember when I created it. But Netscape web browsers. You always see the jokes about pet.com. This so when the internet came about in the late 90s and stuff, and then there was a whole bunch of different browsers. Everybody had all these different fucking websites. Everybody was creating this shit. A lot of people got rich. You're witnessing the same thing with this cryptocurrency. Like literally, literally the same thing. So that's why I'm like, I know if you pick the right winners and losers, you know which ones actually got something really going on and is really taking this seriously and trying to solve a real world issue, which will in return give it value. You'll know which cryptocurrency to invest in. And that's what you're doing, you're investing. Now, if you're a developer, that's another thing. But for I want to say for the most part, but for some of us, we're just trying to invest and make some money. Because in order to make money, the easy way and the best way is to own assets. Where you own in real estate, where you own in commodities, stocks, now cryptocurrency, or even foreign exchange currency, stuff like that in the FTX market. If you're gonna do that shit, do it. But be smart about it, man. Don't put your emotions into it. Like, oh, this is gonna change the world. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, let's be honest with you. Yes, I want a better world. Yes, I want all these different things, but man, so it's hard enough to focus on your own life, right? Me as a single parent, like I'm sitting there like, man, I got to focus on my own life. I got to focus on my kids because that's hard enough in itself. And as I work throughout the day, reading articles, so that moving money around, trying to invest, $1 here, $5 here, $10 there and stuff, and trying to let that $10 turn to $20 and slowly building up myself. That's hard in itself. Sometimes people are like, oh, this is gonna change, bro. This is gonna do something. When you talk about cryptocurrency and stuff like that, it's like, oh man, money can't change the world. You know what can change the world? If we got rid of fucking money. The concept of money does not help the human species. It's just a game. Because someone wants to be able to have something. I don't want to say necessarily more than others, but if you want to have a lot of something, then that means you're gonna have more than others. And not necessarily that your ultimate goal is to have more than others. Your ultimate goal is to have a lot of something. In order to have a lot of something and possession and stuff, what we use? Money, right? Money is our social contract that we use amongst each other because, well, we don't trust each other. All means cool, right? But don't say that like money's going to change the world. All this digital money is going to change the world for the better. It's not for the better, man. If it was for the better, we would get rid of the concept of money altogether. But oh, that's too much of a far-fetched of a thought for some people in their heads. So be like how I am and how others around me are doing and stuff. Like, hey, fuck it. Money don't exist. It's all a game. Well, let's play the game. How do you make money? Well, you got your Warren Buffetts of the world, your investors, all these other different people who show you how to make money. And I think I read about this a long time ago, probably a few years back. Warren Buffett just he said he wakes up every day and he just reads newspaper articles to figure out, okay, what can I invest in next? And I adopted that strategy once I got out of the military because I was like, hey, how can I make money? I was like, I've been meaning to invest, and I always kept saying I was going to and stuff, and I kept finding excuses to put it off. And I was like, nah, no more excuses, right? I was like, I wasn't going to work. I was going to school full time for that time being, and I was like, well, let me let me really dig down into this. And once I really started investing and putting money into this thing, into that thing, I was like, oh, hold on. It's not really that hard, man. You just you gotta have a basic knowledgeable understanding of the world and how it actually works, right? Not the bullshit they put on TV, not the shit they tell you about and talking about, oh yeah, we gotta do this, or we care about the world, we care about social justice, we care about, no, 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 no. If you want to make money, you need to think in terms of money and business and economy and resources. You might invest in some things that you don't actually, I won't say politically or morally agree with. But if you want to play this game of money, that's what it comes to. I don't believe in a carbon tax, carbon credits. I don't like that shit. But what I do, I went out and bought uphold carbon credits, or carbon tokens rather, because of carbon credits. Because at some point, this is gonna make me some money. Cause that's the game, man. If you're gonna go with this money thing, like, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. But hey, this is how the game is being played. At the end of the day, we're just all just trying to survive in this modern world. Now, clearly, if I want to survive in this modern world, I can always go back to the old ways. I can always move to the a jungle somewhere or in the woods and stuff like that, and just live off the land. Plenty of people do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. To be honest with you, it's a lot of us think about it because we know how not necessarily peaceful it will be, but how simple and not simple in the sense of, oh, like I say, it'll be so easy to live out. No, simple in the sense of you focus on what you need to focus on, which is surviving, literal survival, getting your food, having a good shelter, resting up, and doing the next thing, doing the same thing the next day, right? Because to me, that type of world makes sense. But when we live in this modern world, what we want to do different things. We want to have pleasures, right? A lot of stuff revolves around pleasures, and because of money, guess what? You're able to uh, engage in those pleasurable activities, right? You don't think people get dopamine release when they see their bank account go up because all of a sudden now they got $100,000 because they invested in something, a stupid coin, a year or two ago, right? Even less than that, right? Because some of these pump and dump schemes go shoot right up in a couple months, and bam, $20 gonna turn into $2,000, and you didn't do shit. It's like, oh my god, is that easy? Yes, yes, it's literally that easy. The thing is, though, the biggest trick to it all is when you're talking about investing in assets and stuff like that, stocks, cryptocurrency, commodities, knowing when to get out. And see, that takes some type of self control and discipline, which a lot of people lack. So I don't care if people make money and stuff. That's why you have this NFT bubble, which I'm gonna talk about. It doesn't matter if it blows up and the bubble bursts over that because a lot those that know and understand the game know how it works. They're waiting on this stuff. There's no problem for them. Some people that just these new investors, which a lot of people are starting to be new investors. Also, why I'm starting to talk a little bit more about crypto as well. There's a lot of people that's jumping in thinking, oh, you can hop in and just get whatever, and make money. No, no, no. You buy low, you sell high. Thing is, a lot of people have a hard time selling high because they don't want to sell when they made five, six, $7,000 profit. They're like, nah, I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it until it makes 20,000 worth of profit. And it's like, okay, but if you hold on to that idea, that concept, it better not be from an emotional standpoint or perspective, because if that's the case, well, what's gonna happen when that shit crashes? And then crypto, you get these volatile swings where that shit goes up and then it goes down, down hard, fast, and then it comes back up. And it's an emotional roller coaster. That's why you have to have some type of emotional foundation to be able to handle the waves and ride it out, because that's exactly what it feels like. And you're like, oh yeah, this is good, this is good. Then next thing you know, you wake up, you're like, oh my god, got much fucking money I lost. What the fuck am I gonna do with my life? Even to this day, there's still times where I know it's nothing when I see the volatile swings, but part of me is still like, oh god, shit, why am I doing this to myself? But because you know what you're doing and you understand what you're going into, so you use your brain, right? What is it? Uh, Logic over emotion or facts over emotion? That's really what we're saying. So with this article from New York Post says the NFT bubble is popping, with sales reportedly dropping 90%. This is from June 3rd. The NFT craze appears to be fading fast, with sales collapsing by nearly 9% over the past month, according to the new data. The market for so-called non-fungible tokens, one-of-a-kind verifiable digital assets that grab headlines when Sotheby's sold an NFT by the artist Beeple for 69 million. Hey, the fuck, I know that. Peaked on May 3rd with $102 million in sales in a single day, according to a Wednesday report. That was during a frenzy week that racked up $170 million in sales in total, according to analysis published Wednesday by crypto news site Protos. Here's the thing with the NFTs. I think majority of them, if not all of them, are on Ethereum blockchain. Talk about it before. Ethereum gas fees. Like, yeah, nobody wants to pay that shit, man. Nobody wants to pay that. It's ridiculous. This says by contrasting meddling, yeah, meddling 19.4 or middling $19.4 million in sales and NFT sales were processed in the entire past week, according to the site. That's a month-to-month drop of 89% and a big embarrassment for NFTs, which have racked up big price tags for everything from old YouTube videos to tweets, and which auctioneers Sotheby's recently said represent a new flowering of human creativity. So what you're seeing is kind of a ramp up of everybody being excited about something, and then all of a sudden it coming down crashing hard. Doesn't mean it's gonna go away forever. Once again, Flare Network is coming, and they got shit designed for NFTs. And it's all forked with XRP Ledger. I think I talked about last week with the A88 TNW .com or whatever website where I talk about Paris Hill and other people bringing on the NFT market and stuff like that, creativity, digital art, and I'm sure music will be entitled or entailed in that as well. It's just gonna transfer to a different network, and with the Flare network, we'll be able to take upon the Ethereum network. Literally, Flare tokens, Spark tokens, will have the wallet address will be the same type of address as Ethereum address. It lets you know what's happening with the Ethereum blockchain. While it takes forever for the Ethereum 2.0 and turn over to proof of stake, what Flare Network is the Byzantine something agreement, something like that. I think it's proof of consensus. I forget how they do it. The thing is, though, it's coming down because new technology is going to come up and stuff, right? And a lot of stuff seems as fad, and for the most part, it is. But if you pay attention to the stuff behind the scenes, look at the infrastructures being built behind the scenes, the things that they really don't talk about. As I'm talking about Flare Network and all the different potentials, is this being mentioned in the New York Post? No, no, because they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about fear and whatever gets you ratings and clicks. It says the news comes to the same day, blah blah, auction, one of the things, or whatever. So it's just, it seems like it's all crashing down, right? It seems like cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, blockchain, all this stuff seems like, oh, maybe it's a fad is right now, it's going away. And then you hear some governments, oh yeah, we're gonna have Bitcoin. They're all lying, man. They're all lying. Why would I tell you exactly what I'm gonna do? When has the government really ever been completely open and transparent about what the fuck they're doing? What is that old adage? Never tell anybody your plans, otherwise it will come true. Right? You don't let people know your business, what you're doing, man. Even as I tell y'all what I'm doing and stuff, I don't tell you exactly everything I'm doing. I try my best to show, to share my information. You know, I make sure I keep some type of balance when the universal laws, whatever, in the world where law of generation, I give or I receive. You receive, you give. So the fact that I'm receiving some knowledge stuff, I make sure I give back the knowledge that I'm receiving as well, and go back and forth and make sure I keep that balance. Because if I make a whole bunch of money and kind of keep it all to myself, one, to me, I'm a fucked up person. Because if I could share this stuff for free, because I got it for free. Then I keep balance and I keep my morality and my values in my cage. That's me personally how I go about managing all this as far as some type of morality as I go into the bullshit, uh, the mess up things that money does to people and how you gonna see some people's lives be ruined financially. I mean, you already seen it this past year, and they'll blame it on COVID-19 pandemic, but they literally shut down different parts of the world and stuff, and it messed up the economy. Like they literally destroy economies, your governments, your corporations, and stuff like that. They literally destroy people's means to earn money, and then they'll turn around and tell you to get this Bitcoin. Come on, bro. Come on, man. It's gonna run up the money and stuff for themselves. They want Bitcoin price to pump, and they're gonna sell it. They're not gonna tell you they're gonna sell it, but they're gonna sell it. They have no intention on doing it long term. And even with Bitcoin, only 21 million can ever be made, and I think 5 million of those coins, those tokens, whatever you want to call them, it's already been either lost or destroyed, gone forever. People don't have the keys to what they say. Oh, I lost my keys in a boating accident, something like that. People don't have the keys to their wallet. They don't have the private keys that is to their wallets or wherever they got the Bitcoin at and stuff. So it's just gone forever. I know what it's like. I have some Tron. I don't know. I can't remember how much I have, and hopefully I didn't have that much because it's just gone. I have the wallet address and all this other stuff, but it's like I'm pretty sure if I really tried my hard, I probably could find a way. But my account to actually log on to the Tron app and stuff like that, I think one of the wallets. I don't remember how to log on. I don't remember the password for it or something like that. So, like I said, I think if I sit down and I really dig for it, I could probably figure it out. But I just kind of like whatever, let it go. And there's some cryptocurrencies I forgot I even had that. I looked at one of my wallets. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know I had this still. So there's a lot of things going on with this stuff, man. As far as the cryptocurrencies and then the economy around the world and stuff. But we are literally sitting in uh, a wealth transfer for the generation, right? Throughout generations. They say it's the greatest wealth transfer in the history of humans, but really the greatest wealth transfer in modern history, right? Because we're not, we're not uh what's it Mensa Musa, the Mali king of the Mali Empire and stuff like that, and not a Genghis Khan, all those different people that have been rich throughout the years and stuff like that, tons and tons of money. Those people were trillionaires, right? Valued at $1 trillion based on today's terms, so that which is even kind of crazier as well, because money probably went a lot longer back then than it does now. But what you're witnessing is the kind of concept of money being changed right in front of your eyes, as opposed to what we're used to being physical items being considered money, even though that dollar means not a goddamn thing, that quarter means not a goddamn thing. So the concept of physical money has been really just been diluted these past few decades, and especially in the United States, going off we talking about the 1913 Federal Reserve Act, and then going off of the gold currency altogether under Nixon. I think it's 1970, 1971. The concept of money, all they've done over these past decades is just flip everyone's idea of the concept of money, going from something that's physical and substantial and finite to this fiat paper that's infinite that you can print out the ass nonstop, and everybody gets excited about these stimulus payments and these tax incentives, these child tax credit, and all that other stuff. Oh, it's gonna come back on you. It's gonna come back on you. Speaking personally from dealing with the United States government, getting some type of separation pay when I got out of the military, and because I filed for a disability claim from the VA, I had to pay it back. That's how people don't really understand how fucked up the government is. Imagine them giving me money because of whatever reason stuff when I got out of the military, right? And this goes even if any type of separation pay. Obviously, if you're entitled to separation pay, you really got the military under honorable discharge and stuff like that. So for me to get some type of separation pay, it doesn't matter what the amount is, you have to pay that shit back. It's literally an interest-free loan. Why do you have to pay it back? Because you're disabled. 10% disabled, pay that money back. 20% disabled, pay that money back. you have to pay the money back. Why would you have to pay money back that you fucking earn? Right? Right? They cut your career short. You fucking earn. Right? You have to pay that money back because now you're disabled because of them. That's how fucked up the government is. And you talking about United States of America, so United States of American government doing that. I know some of y'all governments around the world ain't shit either. People gotta understand this. The government is fucked up, man. So you can't believe what these people are saying because it's just business. It's just business. And you know what? I don't even take it personal no more. I try not to get mad yet. You know, it still hurts. It still pisses you off. Different situations I dealt with in my adult life dealing with the United States government. It makes you mad, but it's just business, man. It's just business. So if they could take a disabled vet like myself, give me money, and then make me pay it back, what do you think they'll do to the rest of the people in the United States of America? Right? What do you think they're gonna do to y'all? Right? Yeah, man. There's a thing in going to the military, like government give you $100 to take $99 of it back. They literally do that. Anytime I've ever been overpaid, guess what? The next check, they took all that shit back. Like, hey, yeah, we overpaid you. We fucked up through our mathematical equations and stuff and our accountability. We messed up. But because we messed up, you don't get to keep it. No, we're going to correct our mistake. We're taking all your money back in the next check. The next check. There's been a check where I had a nice chunk of change in back pay. And then I was like, all right, well, this is cool. And then the check after that, I was all right. This is gonna be my regular amount. I know I'll be getting for the rest of the time now and stuff moving forward. That next check was like $100. I was like, hey, what am I supposed to do with this $100 check, man? So, oh well, because you got so much paid this month or this day of the month and stuff like that. And this, I was like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to know that? Like, y'all doing the calculations? Y'all know what's going on? Oh yeah, you just gotta be careful sometimes and blah blah. Bro, the government will lie to you, man. The government will lie to you as easy as you're breathing right now, as easy as I'm talking right now. That's how easy it is for the government to lie to you. So that's why I've been harping on this money stuff because it's that's kind of the only way where you can feel like you're kind of safe in this world, right? If you have X amount of money, and not necessarily super rich, but you definitely ain't trying to be poor, and you definitely ain't trying to continue to take handouts from the government because they will take that shit back. They will come to collect. And then what they say about the IRS and the tax man, we're coming to collect. They will come get that fucking money from you, one way or another. And for those of you that don't want to have guns and stuff, guess what? They probably come get that shit from you first. It's like, hey, this guy ain't got no guns, man. He ain't got no protection, bro. Just come on, let's go. Bust through the door. Oh, my fault. Bust through the door. Don't worry, they can knock and still bust through the door. It's called a fucking search warrant. Right? Even though it seems to be in clear violation of your the Fourth Amendment right, but whatever. I don't know how anybody just busts into your own property for whatever fucking reason. You can wait till I come out if you got an issue, but you gotta pay attention to this money stuff and what they're doing, man. Because if you can find a way to just get you a decent amount of money and just live comfortably. Don't try to be a millionaire. I mean, if you want to be whatever, obviously do what you want with your own life, but just find a way to make a decent amount of money and where you don't have to work as hard. Because sometimes we get caught up in the concept that we gotta work till we're 60 something to retire. Majority of us won't even make it that long. Believe me, from personal experience, your body can only go through so much before all of a sudden it just collapses and falls apart. And that goes along with what you put in your body, chemicals, food, vaccines. Do you get enough rest? Like your genetics already probably put you at a disadvantage and makes you more susceptible to certain illnesses and diseases, disorders, stuff like that. So you're operating on a limited time. And no one should be working until they're 60 something, me personally, unless you enjoy what you're doing. Unless you actually enjoy what you're doing and stuff like that. And for the most part, majority of us just wants to work anyway because work provides us with purpose. But working your life away to make money to provide for your family and stuff like that is honorable, it's good. But guess what? You probably won't last long. And if you do last long, you probably won't be healthy. Because to me, I never understood the concept of working until you're like 62 and then retire around 62, 70, something like that. Well, hey, how many people you see walking around 62, 70 and stuff in good shape? You don't see that often, right? Like it's not really a thing that you see. And that's what kind of bothers me about all this stuff. Is like, when you're talking about money and social security and stuff like that, like that's what the government does. They'll work you to death, right? They'll make sure that you pay your taxes and all this other stuff. And then when you're done, they'll say, "Oh yeah, here's your social security income." When it's like, this is all I get. All these years I've been putting my money into social security. Actually, I don't put my money into it. You motherfuckers just take the shit. You talking about literal theft? They just take it and they say, "Oh, don't worry, we'll put this away for a savings account for you." Yet, think about it. Somebody would have put their money into Bitcoin and stuff instead of putting into their social security income years ago. They would have been set. They could already retired. This is how fucked up the game is, man. But you're playing a game that you didn't realize is a game. So at the end of the day, it's only your fault. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. Understand that the game that you're playing, because you want to dive into the concept of money, you want to play this game, realize there are no real rules to this game. There's different ways to make money. And there's cause and effect, and the things that goes along with the decisions and the choices you make. So, choose wisely on your decision and what you're going to do, but get this money, right? Get this money. Find a place where you can have enough money, sit comfortably, live out your life, go on trips, do whatever and stuff. You ain't gotta be fucking fabulous. You ain't gotta, you ain't gotta rent out a whole fucking Bahamas or a Baba Island or something like that. Maybe you take a cruise once a year, right? Maybe you fly to a different part of the state when you're talking about the continental United States. Maybe you go overseas or something for a little bit, right? You could take a week long trip by yourself, maybe your family or something like that for a couple $1,000s, and you don't have to drop it all at once. Maybe you put half on a credit card, maybe you pay off the rest, or maybe you pay the rest with cash. There's different ways you can finance. All I'm trying to say is the concept of money is to use money to do different transactions and stuff, but also to buy up different pleasures that there are in the modern life. You can also travel around for free too, but I don't know how you're gonna get across the Atlantic Ocean. It's a little bit hard when you're here in the United States and North America and South America. Maybe if I want to just travel from Canada down to Paraguay, I could probably get away with that, or Peru or something like that, maybe Chile, right? But if I want to get away from the North and South America, well, I'm gonna have to have some type of money, because as far as I know, I can't fucking swim across the Atlantic, and that's where the uses of money come into play. Just focus on the cryptocurrency stuff, because to me, this is one of the few small windows where regular people like you and I, retail investors, is regular average fucking people, right? This is where we can make a decent amount of money in the same manner in which Wall Street makes money, which they do not fucking like. But they probably know majority of us will just spin it up real quick because we don't understand the concept of money, so they're not even really too concerned with us. But they'll use us to pump these different assets and stuff like that, and dump it on us because we don't know, because they got all the insider notes and insider trading. That's my 2 cents. I'll be back on tomorrow around like 10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and check out my blog site, Damien, Damien Jackson22.com. If I'm not doing the podcast, I'll upload updates there and stuff like that. And then you go on my blog site, you can find my social media accounts and different ways to listen to the podcast. Now it's time where I say all that good shit I'm supposed to say, blah, blah, blah. So until next time.